Hey everyone, so wanted to do another sample surface area problem for folks that need it. So I'm just going to take this first problem that I see and see what I can do. There is like a slight trick, I guess, to this problem. But yeah, let's hop in and see what we can do. So the first thing I'm going to do again is try to just identify some of these shapes and drag them out. So I've got two of these rectangles basically on either side of my house here. And the dimensions of those appear to be 5 by 6. So I have two of these, and they are 5 by 6. Okay, I've kind of recorded that. I have the bottom of my little house, which is 5 by 8. So I have one of those, which is 5 by 8. I have a front and back of this house, which is 8 by 6. Okay, so if you can't see that one, basically I'll do the back of it. So the back of that would be this large rectangle in the far back, which is 8 by 6. And then I've also got one on the front. I'm also seeing that I have two of these front and back triangles. Okay, so there's one. And then I've also got this one up front. And the dimensions of those triangles are 8 with a height of 4. And then the tough component to this is that I also have these rectangular pieces on my roof. Okay, so in order to figure that out, I am going to need to know what that distance is. But I can basically say, maybe off to the side somewhere. Let's go here. I have two of those, and the dimensions right now are just 5 by x. So I am going to need to basically figure out what this distance is right here in order to finish up this problem. But let's go in and just kind of see what areas I can already figure out. So, this 5 by 6 rectangle, that's going to have an area of 30, area of 40. This is going to give me 48 here. And then for this triangle, that's going to have an area of 16. So if I have two of these, that makes 60. One of those is 40. Two of these is 96. Two of those triangles is 32. And then I'm pretty much just left with figuring out the purple rectangle that is basically the sides of my roof. So in order to do that, what we're just going to need to do is take a look at that roof a little bit closer. So that roof, it looks like this. This bottom dimension is 8, and I know that the height is 4. So if this, height is 4, that roof is also kind of broken in half, so this is also going to be 4. And again, this is the important distance here. So I can do Pythagorean theorem if I want to, but I also know that this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So I know that just because, here's my 90 degrees, and then both of my legs, the 4 is the height and the 4 is the base, are the same. So I can actually just jump to the fact that this is 4 square root 2, which is my x value. So because I want probably just like a decimal value there, so I can say, okay, x is this 4 square root 2. I'm just going to call it 5.6. So one of these little rectangles up here has an area of 28.3, and that's with a little bit of rounding. So when I multiply by 2, I'm going to get 56.5, or actually, I'll stay consistent with rounding and call this 56.6. Yeah, so this was 5, sorry, right there. So now I have all of the areas there, and I'm just going to go through and add them all up. Plus 96, plus 32, plus 56.6. So my total surface area here is 254.6 centimeters squared. So that ends up being, as much as it was the first one, it's got a nice little trick to it in that you need Pythagorean theorem or special right triangles. This is a pretty straightforward prism, and if you want to tackle additional problems on your own, you're welcome to do that. The only thing that I would add, which is kind of helpful in this case, is that this distance here is also 39 feet. So that's just going to help visually in order for you to figure out some of these missing components. I can see kind of right off the bat here that we don't have this slant length, so we will probably need to do some more Pythagorean theorem here um, in order to figure out that value, but I think we should be able to be okay in figuring that out. Yeah, so see how this goes. Again, I don't expect it to be super comfortable, but yeah, try your best and see what you can come up with. All right, thanks everyone.